I started my stream. Yeah. No, I can stream. Um. Hmm. I feel like you need to pick me up. So yeah, it's okay. I can't stream for too long, maybe a couple of hours, but it's fun. Eh, mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm the same way. I can eat garlic like it's chips. No effect. Yeah, there's same thing with onions. Like I can eat a raw onion like it's an apple. There's certain things that don't bother me. Yeah, I was watching something. It's funny though. You can see the struggle. I'm nervous. And this the stupid thing is like he hand selected me to work for him within the hospital, but specifically for him because he's a pathologist. Like, so I'll still be at the hospital, but I'll be directly working underneath him instead of in the core lab. I'm just nervous because there's a lot that goes with that. And like, yeah, exactly. Like, is it gonna stop me from doing? No, but I'm just nervous, you know. And on top of that, we have our performance this weekend. I'm still physically recovering. I'm able to breathe a little bit better. I'm still physically recovering from what he did to me, like a couple of days ago. So it's like my body's not 100%. I have the thing tomorrow, and we have the dance this weekend, and then starting next week, I'm gonna be in Japan. So it's like a lot of stuff. Honestly, yeah, I need it. Cause my grandmother passed away, so it's like the last time in December when I went, she was still with us. So she still has only been passed away for a couple of months, and it's gonna be hard to go to her house with her not there. But at the same time, she left that family homestead to me. It's a family estate. Hmm. In Edogawa, where I was born. Like, and I think just being there for a while, I need it. Because there's so much that I don't talk about that I need to just, you know. So, yeah, but I'm nervous and everything, and because it's tomorrow morning. Like it's after 11 right now, and it's at 9:30. I have my alarm set for 8:30 just in case. So, like I said, this isn't gonna be a long stream, but yeah. After like talking with you about everything that you have going on, I wanted to just have a goofy stream to like lift your spirits a little bit. Yeah, because with my stuff, like I deal with my stuff in my way, like in my own way and everything. But maybe for like an hour or two, it'll probably be one of my shortest. Mm-hmm. But that's okay. Yeah. I did a stream before because you were sick and you wanted to have something to watch, so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind it. Well, I'm the only person that brought something and it was a ball. I brought my ball. Yeah, it's okay. um, the stream earlier I didn't keep because the first one like yeah, the first one we had like connectivity issues and you said you couldn't hear me very well. The second attempt, the way that those people played ultimately just rubbed me the wrong way, and I didn't want that on my channel. Even though I escaped, I just don't like that kind of gameplay on my channel. Because I don't agree with like bullying the killer, you know, to get your win. Okay, can you move now? Thanks. I didn't really do that so he could come over there and do all of that. I was just like waiting for them to leave and it boxed me in. It's like, okay, you can leave me alone now. It's doable. I feel like this is gonna be a stealth killer. Okay. And they're gonna finish then. They might DC, because I'm not seeing anything. Unless it's probably like one of those things where it's like Bubba standing in basement, you know? They might just DC. Because if they're AFK for this long and haven't done anything, I'm gonna check. Oh, there we are. Okay. There's a sign of life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No worries. You're not keeping me up. I wasn't... You know what I was gonna do? Literally lay on the balcony. Yeah, so you're not keeping me awake. I was gonna lay on the balcony and listen to music, and guess what? Even when I'm done with this stream, in like an hour or two, guess what I'm gonna do? Lay on the balcony. So you're not keeping me from anything. This is gonna hurt. 3 and 3. 1, 2. Mhm. Yeah, and it's okay. It's a spirit. Hello, little spirit. Hello. Spirits are precious. Hello, little spirit. Hello. Aww. Spirit, hello. Hello. Come here, little spirit. I remember when I was a baby spirit. No. Hello. I like spirit. Yeah, get a hook. You can hook me. Ew, there you go. Me on a normal day, just being naked and hot. Hello, little spirit. Hello. He's adorable. Aww. With her frosty eyes. Everything's brand new to the world of playing spirit. Hello. It's okay. Actually, this was the nicest thing I could have done for this spirit because people coming to try to unhook me, she's able to try to get me. There we go. There we go. There we go. Give her some stuff. Why are you chasing me? Hello? There we go. There's a spirit. Yeah, I want her to get some hooks. Because we kind of gen rushed her. I was hoping to do her totem though. They're just gonna do the gens. Why is she being so mean? Yeah, she's like chasing me specifically. I was just trying to be nice and give her hooks. Yeah, like now she's just tunneling me out and like hook camping me. Like I was trying to be nice. And she became a jerk towards me for giving her, like I literally walked up to her and let her hit me. Okay. Wow. Like I was giving you free hits and free hooks because we gen rushed you and you're gonna be a jerk. Got it. Yeah. Some people it's like, you know, no matter how nice you might be to them, they're still a cunt. Like, well then don't complain that there's no nice people in the world, because when you do have somebody nice in the world, that's how you treat them. People constantly talk about how, like, how ugly people are and how ugly the world is, but then when they do come across a nice person, they're a jerk to them. And it's like, well, at that point, it's not the world, it's you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like complaining that like all people are cheaters. And then when you finally get someone who's faithful to you, you cheat on them. Yeah. Or mistreat them. You are your own worst enemy. You are your biggest problem. Because had I not done that, they wouldn't have had any hooks, and we would have just gen rushed them all the way through, and all four of us would have escaped. I literally gave them a kill. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I know what it's like to be brand new to a character, and especially with like Spirit and Onryo, because it's difficult. They're easy to learn, but difficult to master. Spirit is, the concept is easy, but to do it well. It's like, oh, you go invisible and you zoom around and you hit people with a sword. There's a lot more to it than that. Because you have to know, like, how to mind game people when you're invisible. Because they can hear you swooshing around. You have to know how to mind game that to throw them off as to, like, where you're actually gonna, like, reappear. So, like, say if there's a pallet, I kind of go, like, all the way around and discombobulate, and they don't know what side I'm gonna come up from. So usually I will hit them as soon as I, like, manifest. Because they didn't know which side of the pallet I was on, so they hesitate to drop it. That slight hesitation gives me the advantage. When you're invisible, you can't see the person, but you can see the blades of grass moving. Yeah, you can hear like the grunts of pain. You can see the blades of grass moving. You can't see the person you're chasing, but you pick up on all the little subtleties. And you can hear them. So like cranking audio up when you're playing Spirit is essential. Oh, looky there. We have a little doo-doo-doo. A little doo-doo-ma-flicky. Is there a totem over here? No. The sky spoons are taking over. They said, no, my gen. All the sky spoons are taking over the gens. It's like War of the Worlds. Hello, sky spoon. They're both doing this end. He literally brought her straight to me. Are you kidding me? And then she has that too. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go on the other end of the map though. Oh, there he is. Hey, Mr. Sir. Ow. You get it. There we go. Okay. And you can get this one. Let's get that. Injured party. There you go. I didn't want to waste the blood. Did she come after me? No, I think she's continuing to go after her. I'm gonna get my blood back. It's like every time I try to heal her, she's nearby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's not hooking very much, but she's also like preventing us from doing the blood gens, which is like critical. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aww, that's adorable. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. I saw the little highlight of this totem through the bamboo while I was doing the gen. It was like slightly lighter in color than the rest of the leaves, and I knew there was a totem there. It's one of the most hidden totems on this map. I think she's learning the character. Take your time. There you go. Take your time. And there's people over there, so we're gonna run her back over here. Do you have any more knives, or do you have to swing? You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Come on. You can do it this time. I'm injured. You can do it this time. Oof. Closer though. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. She gave up, I think. Because she needs to get knives. Like, she needs to get her kunai. And I basically ran her the rest. She's learning though. You can tell she's learning because she hasn't like figured out like distance essentially. Yeah. Like how much distance her bat has. She's going to that one. I don't want to go directly to it till I know for sure. Because she's going to check that one and then check that one. So yeah, she's coming. Guys, she's learning. Don't be too mean. They were blinding her. Don't be mean. She's upset. Yeah, I would be too. Because essentially, like, we kind of, like, were slow with gens at first, but then we gen rushed her at the end. There you go. Because she did chase me for a while. There you go. Get your Mori. That's right. And I like her Mori too, so. Yeah. She still gets to showcase her Mori. Yeah. Because she was really trying, you could tell. You could tell. She's not new to the character, but what I will say is, even though she's not new to Trickster, she very well could be, because what's happening is, because you see how many levels I've gotten with this blood event. What happened is, if a character comes out that people like, like for example, when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, Five Nights at Freddy's, when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, everybody, like, we got like a whole nother dynamic of people that started playing this game. Purely because this killer was added into the game. So they're brand new to the killer. You know, same thing happened with Kaneki. We had like a whole same thing. Yeah, like all of these licensed killers have brought like new people. And the thing is you could be completely brand new to the killer, like just starting, which you could clearly tell by the way she was playing. But they're dumping all of their points into that killer because they like the concept. Yeah. So it's like, think about how many levels I have. I went from like 27 to 50 something. That person was 11, but they were playing like they'd never played them before. So that tells me they just dumped all their points into a killer they don't really have experience with, which typically happens when, you know, they like a skin or they like a character. And with this Mina skin, like basically with this Mina skin, a lot of people are like, it brought a lot of people to Dead by Daylight. Even though Trickster was already in the game, but they reworked Trickster and gave him a map and gave him this skin. So that, you know, because Trickster is a K-pop star already, and he was in the game for like 3-4 years already. And when he came out then, years ago, he brought like a whole new dynamic to the game. Then when they did this rework recently and gave the Korean map and this skin and stuff, it drew a lot of people into playing the game. But with the Bloodweb event, the thing is a lot of people dump points into a character, but they may not necessarily play that character. So you could have like a P100 Trickster purely just from this event that maybe has only played a couple matches, you know. So that's why I always say this number means nothing. It just purely means that they've dumped all their points into that person, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're skilled with them. So I could tell that she was like new to the character. So yeah, she definitely just like dumped all her points into the character. Let me see. I have that one, that one, that one, that one. There we go. But yeah, when you've played the game long enough, you can tell like who's new and who's not, regardless of how many blood points they dump. Because like I can play Survivor for like a day and get like 5 million blood points and dump them into a character that I like unlock this character and dump 5 million points into him, and he's like a level 5 or 6, but I've never even played with him. So people think, oh, you've played the character. No, it just means that's the character you put all your blood points into. So these numbers don't mean diddly squat. Yeah, before the Blood Moon event existed, they actually used to mean something because blood points were harder to come by. So people would actually put them in the characters that they used the most, so it was more of an indicator of skill. Now, they give blood points away like candy. Like all of this stuff is different things for blood points. The Rift Pass, the dailies, the milestone, and any event that's going on. it like, yes, you get this stuff too, but ultimately, like, blood points, blood points, blood points. So, and then the event like this is like the one event out of the year where like blood points are like maxed out. Yeah. But like I said, that's why the number is not an indicator. Mm-hmm. Hey. I mean, yeah, I did run her really well, but to be fair, she took a lot of swings, and when you swing, it gives the person distance. So like, if you don't land your shot, you basically gave them free distance. So every time she would swing, she was giving me more distance. But the thing is, she was still trying. She chased me for a good long while before she gave up and tried to go to another person. And I feel like that's why not a lot of people were hooked either, because they would basically run her really well and then she'd give up and try to go for somebody else. So essentially she was like injuring them, but not enough to hook them. And when you're learning, it's tough. It's tough. But the thing is, some people will put all the blood points into a killer to make it look like, oh, I'm a P100, but really, like, they've only played the killer a couple of matches. To mask the fact that they're new to it, I can always tell. You can always tell by the gameplay. There's a difference between having skill and it's like, oh, I whiffed, and the way that she was swinging it was like she wasn't sure of the distance of her weapon yet. Yeah. So, like, with you, when you start playing this game, same thing. Like, it takes a little bit to, like, know. Because, for example, when you're playing Clown or, I almost said Scarface. Imagine. When you're playing Clown or Ghostface, they use a dagger. Not a dagger. They use, like, a knife. A clown knife is not the same length as like Michael Myers knife. Michael Myers knife is much longer, and that's not the same as like the sword that like Oni or Spirit has, that's much longer. The staff that you just saw from her. So it's like you have more distance with the longer weapons, but it's learning like how much that distance is, like knowing when you can swing. That's something that only like brand new people struggle with, because it's your primary weapon. There's like the first thing that you pick up on is like what's the distance of knowing when I can get a hit. So that's why I was kind of doing that. It's teaching her distance and also teaching her basic runs. Like you saw how I just kind of like went around the log a little bit, did a pallet, and ran her in main and like around corners and stuff. I wasn't really like juicing on her because she was so new. Yeah, and it was like, trying to get her to down me with basic running. Because if you can down somebody and hook them, you gain that confidence, So, yeah, it's just like little things like that. And I've had like multiple people that I've taught different like little tips and tricks for this game, and they tell me like my friend today that I was playing with earlier, she told me that she played this game years ago with somebody else and she stopped playing it because she felt useless, like she couldn't do anything. And just in like the past like 6 months, over time of like talking with me and hanging out and like playing together, she like can hold her own. She doesn't die instantly. Because when I first started playing with her, she pretty much would just be like the first person the killer would find, go down instantly, Now it's like she can do gens. She goes in for unhooks. Like she can heal people. She can heal herself. She's learning a little bit more about like what perks to run. She hits her skill checks, like, and so you see that progress. And she was telling me today, she was like, because it came from like you like playing with me despite the fact that I was new and didn't know. Like, because a lot of people, like, oh, if you keep dying and you suck, they don't want to play with you, you know. But it was like I stayed with her and would like give her tips and tricks and like advice and like help her. And now she can hold her own, you know. And she was like telling me about that today. And I was like, yeah. If we die, we die. Like sometimes it is frustrating in the moment, but ultimately, like, helping a friend, you know? Yeah. So it's like that spirit in the game before. I knew she was brand new too, but that person was mean. Whereas this person was brand new, they just dumped all their blood points to level it because usually it's because they like the character, you know, and they want that character to be a P100, even if they have no experience on them. But they were nice, like they were genuinely trying. But they were nice, whereas the spirit was genuinely trying and new as well, but not nice. So it's like day and night. Day and night is wonder strange. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. And even though she was a killer, I was like, I believe in you, you can do it. Like, I knew she could get a hit on me. The fact that she got a hit on me was good. Because I've seen streamers where they run the killer, and the killer, like, not only does the killer never not get any kills, but they don't even get hooks. They don't even get hits on people. Like, that's how much they juice them. And I'm like, if you're seeing that you're outplaying them that badly, you know, that's like a huge skill gap. Yeah, it's like the sweatiest of the sweaty going against a brand new person. And then being cocky and like flashlighting and teabagging at the gate, which is why like I gave her that. I gave her that for a multitude of reasons. Because she genuinely was trying and learning. She didn't just DC. And she did really well. On the surface, it's like, well, she didn't even kill anybody. Like, how do you call that a win? Because she kept trying. That in itself makes her like better than like 75% of the people on this game. Even though she didn't get any kills. Because it's so tough to learn a new killer. It's so tough. It doesn't matter who the killer is. It's tough to learn a new killer. That's why even some of the newer killers that I have, it's like I haven't gone there with that yet. Because I would sit down and like take the time to learn the killer kind of thing, and that takes time. And sometimes I'm in the mood to do that, sometimes I'm not. So, but yeah, to me it's like she chased me for a good long while, and she got some kunai hits on me, and she actually injured me at one point. You know, and she injured some of the other people too. Yeah. So it's like when you're brand new, that's a win. You could tell that she was like brand new to it. Yeah. And that's what I was like telling my friend, like, it's not always about getting the kills. Because they're like, oh, I don't play killer like that. But she plays doctor and actually does well. And I'm like, but even just by playing doctor, you're learning the maps, you're learning the abilities, you're learning how to run people, and you're gaining the perspective of like the flip side of the coin. Like, what do you do when you play doctor? As a killer, you're prioritizing, because you can see the gens. So it's like you're prioritizing going to the gens to find people, because people are on gens. Well, they should be. You're learning like how you pursue somebody. So then when you go back to playing Survivor, it's like obviously they're going to be like patrolling from gen to find people. So then you learn like, oh, don't always just get on a gen right away. You kind of have to know like the sweet spot of like waiting to get on a gen, but not waiting too long. When to come off of it, you know. But playing killer, just from playing from a killer's perspective, teaches you how to be a better survivor. For example, prime example, in psychology, in criminal law and psychology, what do? They get in the mind of the killer. That's how they catch him. They essentially think like the killer. Yeah. They get inside their mind and think like they do. And then they're able to like trip them up and catch them. Yeah, it's the same thing. So in order to be a good survivor, you have to think like a killer. So like when you and my friend ask me like, well, how are you able to like know when to hide and like where to crouch, and they walk like right by you, and how did you even know to do that at that spot, and when to run and when to like slow walk so you hide your scratch marks, like where to crouch, like what to do, because I've played killer. It's not always perfect. You can't read people's minds. Like people are going to do something that you don't expect. That's just nature, you know. But ideally, as a whole, that's why. But yeah, to me it's like, because I was going to do the same thing for the spirit. I was going to let everybody else go for the spirit and let her mori me. That way she at least had one kill, because she was clearly new as well. She was just mean. Because when you give them that kill, when you're new, it's like you don't get any kills for a really long time. And even though I was just giving it to her, it's still like it's like a handshake to me, or like a bow of respect, of like, you may not have gotten any kills, but it's like a respect thing of like, I respect your effort. Keep up the work, you know, like keep up the good work. Like, you'll get there kind of thing. Yeah, it's like, here's a freebie for effort, because you did, because I can't tell you how many times once the final gen pops, if they haven't killed somebody, they'll just DC, or like go stand in a corner, or just stand in basement, you know, give up basically. The fact that people don't give up, it's like a reward for not giving up, because there's not really a reward for that. Yeah, it's like A for effort, or E for effort, you know, because so many people will just DC. Yeah, like it doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a while, somebody being kind to you for at least not giving up and trying, that's a positive reinforcement. Because in this game, every day people that are killer mains like stop playing the game. They uninstall. It's too frustrating. They can't get any kills. Like yeah, and so it's a deterrent. That's why there's like a 90%, 10% ratio difference between survivor mains and killer mains. So it's like, if you give someone, and I've had people message me like, wow, you're the first person that was nice to me like all day on this game. Or I've had somebody say they've played this game like the last 3 months, they've had nothing but toxic people, and I was the first person that was nice to them, or goofy, or silly, or made them laugh, made them smile. And it's like, see, It matters. It matters. Because there's a person behind all of this. Like, it might just be a character on a game, but there's a person behind that. And for those people, it's like mental health, like something positive in a negative situation. Because for me, it's like big deal. Ooh, I'm already iridescent 1. I have endless blood points that I accumulate even when there's no blood event going on. I don't need the win like that, If I win, like if I escape, but I don't need to escape. It doesn't hit my ego to die. But if me, like, letting them mori me so they can see their mori and they can be happy and like, oh, I got to mori somebody, like, it's that little bit of like, well, that was nice at the end, no matter how everybody else was being, so it ends it on a good note. That's good for your mental health, because so many people get tilted and then they just quit, and it's like, ugh, this whole night's a bust, like, screw it, Sometimes all it takes is one nice person, genuinely nice person. Yeah, like, I don't get anything from that. Yeah. When you make people smile, you don't get anything for that. Making somebody's day, like, I don't get anything out of making somebody's day. Making them laugh, making them smile, being uplifting, like, it's a selfless act because it's not about me. It's about that person. Because, like I said, there's a person on the other end. Some people are not willing to receive it, like you saw. Like, the spirit didn't receive it. That's okay. Not everybody receives kindness. But just because they don't receive it doesn't mean that I am gonna stop being me, like, yeah. It's like it's there, but they don't have to. That's their choice. But it's also my choice to be who I truly am and be a good person and help people or be kind. Yeah, it's also a choice. And I will tell you, it takes the same energy to be a good person as it does to be a jerk. In fact, it takes more energy to be unkind and be a jerk, because you have to focus on the negative. You have to keep it going. Yeah, I've had people judge me for being good or kind or too nice or too sweet, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. If you're judging me for my goodness, that says more about you than it does me. I don't let people like that get me down. Like, just because you're a cynic and you're negative doesn't mean that I have to stop being who I am because you're not willing to just appreciate and, yeah. You may not receive it, and that's okay. But it's not going to change me. Yeah. Because it's not about me. That's not the purpose. Yeah, and like so many matches you see where like they were nice the whole match. The reason that I give them the kill and let them mori me. One, I like the moris. But two, it's like the reward for them being good. Like, hey, you let us all go so you can have a free kill, you know? And I like watching the moris. So it's like a win-win, you know? Sometimes if they're really adamant about it, I'll just leave, you know? Let them have their, you know, thing. Yeah. Yeah. But when you get those messages and you see, like, because there's the basic, like, head nod of, like, oh, thanks, you know, kind of thing. But when I get messaged, like, on social media or on here for people telling me, like, how I've helped them, there's nothing more beautiful than that. Of, like, the impact that something that takes like a second to do, the positive echo of that, it's like a ripple. So when people like tell me all that stuff, I don't care. Yeah, I'm not going to feel guilty or feel ashamed or feel bad for being myself. If you have a distorted lens of intent as to why you think I do it, that's on you. Period. But I'm not going to allow someone to turn something beautiful into something ugly just because their lens is cracked. Yeah. Like, you're not gonna bring me down. You're not gonna bring me down to that level of like derision and cynicism and negativity and low vibration because you're in a negative headspace of like, because some people are like, oh, there's always a reason, there's always an intention behind it, you know, and it's like, that's where your problem lies. Because you think everybody has bad intentions behind good deeds. And that usually comes from being burned. But it's disassociative behavior. You're associating someone else's kindness and goodness and genuineness because you've been burned from the fake ones. So then when they come across a real one, it's like you're putting that real one in the same category as the fake ones based on an assumption. And that's cool, you know, but that's not for me to correct or fix or try to explain. Like, if you come to me and we have a conversation like human beings, okay, but if you're just gonna talk shit and then judge, okay. Doesn't change my life any. Okay, that's it. Where's our little friend? Reset this. Like, everybody's crouched and standing still and hiding and all that stuff, and I'm just running around being silly. La 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 la. La 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 la. Spaceman. They used to have him propped up here, now they only ever have him like laying somewhere else. Mr. Sir. Hello? How did he not see me? Here comes the trapper. There goes the trapper. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's basically everything that I just said can be summed up in one statement of I am who I am, and you're not going to change who I am. Yeah, like if you judge it or you don't like it or you're assuming things, that's on you. Just means that you missed the opportunity to know me for real because you'd rather make assumptions about me. To me, like, that's your loss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's not to be mean to say that, that's just, hello, Mr. Trapper, sir. Oh no. Come on. There we go. Oh, hehehe. He's new too. Because that's a base skin. Did you put your traps? Mm-hmm. And you know, that goes for anybody. You know, you should always be yourself. I think it's 5. It's 4. Okay. Nice. Okay. Why would you drop the pallet? If she hadn't dropped the pallet, he wouldn't have frickin' came over there and I could have done the totem. Why is she crawling so slowly? Bro. People keep bringing the killer to me, man. How many times are people gonna bring the killer to me? Mm-hmm. And crank it out over here. To be fair, like, we only have 2 gens left. I don't know. I see. I just wanted to get the XP for breaking the trap. Mm-hmm. No, it's okay. You know, it's okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and everybody's different. Like, some people are just different. But to me, it's very much like, you know. Wow, that's really far away. Hee hee. He has Pentimento. He also has them in obvious spots too. She was literally about to step in it. Mm-hmm. There's another one right there. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Well, now he knows where we are. No matter how many of them I break, they still manage to step in them. Mm-hmm. He chose her. Mm-hmm. He knows where I am. Ooh, maybe he doesn't. Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what makes you injured for doing his bear traps. And then this one, like, I knew they were automatically resetting. That's why I kept going around and doing them. But that's also why they kept stepping in them. Because to them it's like, oh, I unset it, so I should, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the build that I normally run, because I only play Trapper during, like, 2v8 mode. That's what I run when I'm playing 2v8 mode. That way they just, like, reset on their own, and you don't have to go back and, like, babysit your traps. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Look at all these cakes. Ooh, now it's like an amber color. Pretty. We're getting there. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, that's not coming from a place of, like, being mean. That should apply always. That's the thing. Yeah. People are free to be who they are. Period. We are all unique, and we are all our own individual person. And if someone is judging you for any reason, that's on them. That's why I say I value the opinions of others, but I don't let it determine who I am, because that's not their place. Yeah. So if people judge me for things that I do out of kindness, okay. Because just making the difference from turning a frown upside down to me matters. And if someone has a problem with that, or they think it's fake, or they think it's... Because I get told that a lot. Like, oh, your smile is fake, or oh, you're being nice, but it's fake nice. And it's like, you're always going to get those people that have to take something positive and try to make it negative. And it's like, then it's not for you. But that doesn't make it true either. So it's kind of like, I don't sweat you. If you want me to be blunt about it, like, I don't sweat you, and I don't sweat your opinions, and I'm not gonna let it change my heart. I'm very much an advocate for, like, just because the world is cold and callous and cynic, like, you know, cynicism thrives, doesn't mean that I have to become, you know, that negativity. Exactly. It's like, I get what you're saying, I see what you're saying, you know, but does that mean that I have to let the cold, mean world change me? No. Sable, do you have a totem that you're trying to put up? I feel like she's trying to do a totem as well, and I might be, like, stepping on some toes here. Yeah, because I'm just trying to do blood points. Oh, that's a long trek. They sniffed my totem. He looks funny. Wait, did it not? Did it not? Why does it keep trying to get me to unlock? What? There we go. Sorry, I didn't know. I was like, wait, what? I was wondering why he was still making the injured noise. Yeah, that was my fault, cause yeah. Ooh, nice. That's what she was doing. She was looking for basement so she could do the circle. Mm-hmm. Let us heal you, buddy. Oh yeah, I should probably put this back up since she snuffed mine. Yeah, no, and you have a much more like blunt, direct way about it, cause you've been there when like people criticize me. I just let it roll off my back, you know, of like, okay, you know, it's okay. Whereas you're like, no, like what they said is messed up and they shouldn't be judging you, blah, blah, blah. And I do understand that. But to me, it's like people are going to have their opinions. And there's going to be people in this world that don't like you. There's going to be people that have a problem with, for whatever reason, you know. Mm-hmm. But if I spend my life like letting the negativity get to me, that creates another problem. Hello, person. Let me go get them. Yeah. She should. Aw. Yeah, I should have gotten him. He was further away though, and I was afraid I wouldn't make it. I feel bad. Yeah, she heard her go into the locker. Okay. I don't know where he is. He was in this area. He went to go get her. Because we were doing really well with gens, but now she's like what I call snowballing. Mm-hmm. No, and I understand. But also, for me, it's okay. I know you get upset about it, but for me, it's like, it's okay that people don't like me or they have a problem with me. Or... Mm-hmm. I think it's better to just do gin. Okay. Get out of there. I don't like doing that to Victor. I actually hate that I have to do that to him. Mm-hmm. That screwed me. Yeah, that screwed me because she found me. Mm-hmm. I hate doing that to Victor. Because usually I play with him, but it's like that critical point of like the gen needed to get done. And he was like preventing me because like as long as he's on your back, you can't. Yeah, you can't do the gen with him on your back. It doesn't look like they're gonna come for me. It looks like they're just gonna take gate and leave, so. Yeah. Just getting my points. Mm-hmm. It's okay. But they were able to escape because I threw Victor down and did the gen, and she finished the other one. Like, had I not, they wouldn't have escaped because that was a blood gen, and the time that it would take to do that, like, they wouldn't have gotten it. Because she was like I said, twins, you snowball with twins. It starts out slow, but it picks up. She was trying to get her adept, but one person escaped. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from, of like, you and I just have different ideas about, like, we have different perspectives. To you, it's like when somebody is mean or rude or says something unkind, it's like you want to defend that, of like, you fire back at them. For me, it's like, I look at where they're coming from, of like, okay, you're allowed to have your opinion, it's valid to feel the way that you feel, and it's okay. But just because I can see it from your perspective doesn't mean that it's also true. And it doesn't mean that I have to react or respond or feel any type of way. Things that happen in your life that come across your path do not always warrant like a reaction, a response, feeling guilty or allowing yourself to be manipulated into feeling less than. Just because somebody has a problem with me doesn't change anything. It just means that maybe we're two totally different people and they don't like me, so they go along their merry way and I go mine. That's okay. Like, I'm not losing sleep over it. And I'm also not going to be any different just because a select few people don't like me. Yeah, if they have a problem with who I am as a person, okay, you know? Yeah, that's not me being unkind. It's I know my value, I know my worth, I know who I am inside, I know my heart, and I know where I come from. And no amount of derision, no amount of cynicism, no amount of negativity or cruelty or coldness or evilness is going to change that. Because I firmly stand in my conviction of I don't care how cold and hard this world is, it's not going to change my heart. So, when those things happen, it's unfortunate and it does hurt sometimes. And sometimes it hurts a lot. But at the end of the day, I'm still me. You know, and it just is. So, but every person's different. Like how you feel, it's like, hey, you don't have a right to say that. Like F you and all those things, you know. And you fire right back. You're a different person than me. But does that mean one is right or wrong? No. It just means we're two different people. It's not because I don't defend myself. It's because I choose to walk away in grace than to fuel the flame. Yeah, it's not avoiding. I still recognize that person and they have a valid point of view and they have valid emotions too, but I'm not going to engage with that negativity and allow that negativity to infiltrate me and who I am. Nobody's perfect. I make mistakes too, and sometimes I do let my emotions get the better of me. When it comes to like little stuff like the game, that's just the game, you know. In the moment, it's like, what the fuck, you know. But as far as in life, yeah. So you're very much a different person. Like, Toto is the same way. Like, you and Toto and my friend that I play this game with, you're all hotheads. And you get upset. And the things that people say affect you more so. And it makes you angry, it makes you however you feel. But you also have a right to feel that way. For me, things can hurt me, but they don't change my heart. I'm not gonna stop being me because somebody has a problem with it. Or they want to assume the reason why I'm myself. Like, okay, you're entitled to being wrong about me. Okay, like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, if you come to me and have a civil conversation like a human being, you would find that out. But you didn't do that. You assumed and criticized and judged and mocked and condescended, which is none of the above is actually your place to do, but you're also entitled to your opinion. Doesn't mean it's true. And it doesn't mean I have to warrant all of that negativity with a response. And I'm not changing who I am for the sake of somebody else. Yeah. Because I believe in accepting people for who they are. Good, bad, or otherwise. They're going through something, or they're enduring something, or they're imperfect in the way that they think, or the way that they feel, or whatever. Like, all of those things. Like, I accept people for who they are. So, but just because I accept people for who they are does not necessarily mean that it goes both ways. A lot of times people don't accept me for who I am, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's why I said other people get upset for me at what people say to me than I do. Because to me, it's like, okay. Because I know in my heart, it doesn't change anything. They're reacting to what was said about me. For me, it's like, yeah, it hurts. It pinches. It burns a little bit, but it doesn't change my heart. You don't have that kind of power to change my heart, to change my goodness. You're not going to deter me from kindness and helping people and loving people and giving love and giving light and giving kindness. If you have a distorted perception of why you think I do the things that I do, once again, that's an assumption. It's not going to change me. Because you don't know my heart. You don't know me. And if you really knew me, you would never think that. But so at the end of the day, like, people are going to judge people. People are going to not like people. And that's okay. So I understand your point of view. I understand your argument of like, well, people are just like mean to you for no reason and they assume A, B, and C. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. Is being mean to somebody based on an assumption a kind thing to do? No. But it happens every day. All I can do is just continue to be myself and live my life and carry on, It doesn't warrant a reaction or a response. If they come back around and want to have a conversation with me to find out for themselves, and then they know the real truth, okay. But if they're not going to make that effort, the thoughts and opinions that they have of me don't really matter, do they? It's not a big thing for me is like, it's not my, because you know how you always ask me like, how can you not care what other people think? Because in my mind, it's not my business what other people think of me. Because that's what they think of me. I know my truth. I know who I am. I know my heart. I know where I resonate from. I know what lives within me. And I know what I'm here for. So none of that external plays a part. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. That's the balance of life. But me being true to myself and my heart and who I am, that's my balance. That's my energy, that's my life. So when I say I don't care what other people think, I mean it. I listen to them and their opinions, and I value their opinions, but that's where it ends. It's like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from, You could, that's why I said, like, when you talk, like, with my friends and stuff, I can sit there and debate all day long about, like, politics, religion, sexuality, talking about, King Kong versus Godzilla and Jurassic Park, like all movies and plot lines and theories and scientific phenomena and like art and anything and everything of the world. And you could be on two completely different opposing sides. But I come from a place of instead of trying to tell them that they're wrong and belittling what they think and feel, I prefer to listen to what they have to say. It's not about, oh, I'm sitting there in the back of my mind, well, I'm right, you're wrong. No, listening to them regardless. Because that's what makes sense for their life. That's where they're at in their life. That's how they feel. They are a whole other human being with a heart and a mind. And to dismiss something that someone believes in or an opinion that someone has just purely because you think yours is right, you're focused more on being right than you are being a human being. You care more about being right than you care about being human and having compassion and understanding. That says more about you than it does me. And if you truly felt the way that you do about what you believe in, isn't that behavior kind of hypocritical? So, yeah. Because it's not for us to judge those things. We're not here to judge each other. We're here to love and have compassion and understanding and to help each other and be there for one another and share with each other. If there was, think about this. If there was only one line of thinking for everything, what would be the purpose of being able to communicate? What would be the purpose of having free will? What would be the purpose of having emotions and a heart if there's only one secular way of thinking that matters? Wouldn't we just be like robots? And whatever that way of thinking is would be what we're all pre-programmed with? So obviously there's differences and beauty in the world and beauty in those differences. So when people judge me, that's why I always tell you, it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay, like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. Like, it's not to, like, dismiss it. It's more of, like, genuinely, it's okay. Yeah, like, genuinely, it's okay if they don't agree with me. It's okay if they think I'm stupid. It's okay if they think I'm ugly. It's okay if they think that, you know, yeah, whatever it may be. Because I've been on the receiving end of some really cold, harsh, like cruel things. But I'm still me. It doesn't change my heart. Not a bit. Because there is such variety in this world, and what makes variety is the fact that there's good, there's bad, there's all kinds of stuff. But how do you hold yourself in the face of opposition? You know, are you receptive to it? Are you open to it? Do you listen? Do you care? Or is it just my way or the highway? Only my way is the right way. I would tread carefully in that way of thinking, because that is an egotistical mindset of, yeah, then you're walking a fine line there of like, I'm always right. Nobody's perfect. So it's an impossibility to always be right. But if you're constantly dismissing people to be right, you're never always right. So you've caused harm in others, not willing to hear them, purely because it's something that you don't align with. So you've caused harm externally with other human beings, purely out of ego. That's your mistake. And you could have turned away truly good, genuine, real people under a veil of falseness and ego. So I love to listen to people and their opinions, whether I agree with them or not, because that's that person. I look at it when people are talking to me about stuff, no matter what it is, whether I agree with it or not, It's like they're expressing to me a part of themselves. It's not about, okay, let me like line up proving my point and being right. It's more of genuinely listening to them. Because it's just listening to that person express themselves. That's it. So, yeah, I don't, and I understand where you're coming from, like you're being defensive and you're being, protective or whatever. Like your intention is good and you're doing it for your reasons, but for me the reason that I don't allow what people say and think to bother me, and I say that it's okay, is because they're just expressing how they feel. And it's not always going to be positive. But that's okay. So, I know that that was like a really long thing. But some of the stuff that you said, like basically after that one match where like I was nice to the spirit and then I was nice to the other killer, sparked up this whole back and forth. And I see what you're saying of feeling like I'm too nice and I let people walk all over me and I let people be mean to me, but I don't look at it like I'm letting them be mean to me. I look at it like I'm allowing them to express themselves, and their expression is not always going to be nice, because it's an impossibility for everybody on this planet to like you. Not everybody's gonna like you. I just give them that grace to express, like, okay, you have a problem with me. You don't agree with me. Okay. I can appreciate that difference. That's why I say that I like to debate. It's not because I like to argue and like start shit. It's because I love to see different perspectives and different opinions, because to me every single one of them individually with each person is like that person's self-expression. It's like they're opening up and sharing a part of themselves with you, of the way that they think, of the way that they feel. I find that beautiful. Because to me, it's not about the thing itself and whether I agree with it. It's about another human being with a heart beating inside their chest and a brain with thoughts and ideas is opening a part of themselves up to you to express something that they feel. And I just see like underneath their chest this like little heart beating. And what they're saying, and I don't know, like I know it probably sounds silly, but I guess the way that I look at stuff is different. I don't know. It's like a whole other human being. Like, human beings are beautiful and precious to me. Like, there's a little heartbeat behind that person, And they're just like expressing something, even if it's in anger, even if they're screaming or like cursing or whatever. And it's like, I think it's beautiful. Because we all have all of those emotions and free will to think and reason. If everything was meant to be the same, we wouldn't have all those things. We wouldn't need a brain and a heart. We would just be pre-programmed. So obviously we're meant to be different. We're meant to be unique. We don't all look the same with the same stuff. We're all individually unique, and there's billions of us. What does that tell you? That there's supposed to be differences. I don't know. Mm. Mhm. 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 Yeah, I, you're not the first person to tell me that. Like, you have a really weird way of looking at things. I know. I, mm, I know. it's, it's okay. Like, I know. If that makes me weird, then that makes me weird. I guess I'm weird. I don't care. Because I'm not worried about the label of weird or strange or annoying or whatever. I don't go out of my way to, like, try to be annoying. Yeah, some people do stuff deliberately. I never deliberately try to be, a burden or an annoyance. Hmm. This will probably be my last match because I need to go to sleep. So we're gonna do this last match, and no, it's not too serious. You always think you bring my streams down. I know that before I was just talking about like being nice to the killers, but when you said all of that stuff, it's okay. When you said all of that about me being like too nice to the killers and like letting them get a free kill and I'm too nice and all that, like that's your opinion and it's okay. Mhm. It's okay if you think it's stupid or if you think it's pointless or like why did you do that? You just gave them a free kill. Like it's okay. I chose to because I wanted to. It's a Nemi. Nemi, 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 Nemi. Is there a thing here? No, there's not a thing here. Ooh, there's a thing there. Oh. I don't see any fuel station. Oh, there they are. The fuel stations on this map are always like towards the middle. Oh, hello, Mr. Sir. I thought I heard the walls walking. All the walls like running toward me. You ever feel like the walls are closing in on you? I get that too. Hello, Mr. Sir. Oh. No, bad Nimmy. You behave yourself. Ow! He was waiting around the corner. That wasn't very nice. How rude. Where's he going? Nemi? You good, buddy? Okay. Look at the pretty thing. So pretty. Oh, I don't like it. Okay. Somebody left their suitcase out. Wow. These zombies, man. Hello? You gonna get it this time? I believe in you. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You can do it, you can do it. Hello? Oh. Look at the thing. Here. There's another one too. Here. Oh. Okay, he doesn't appreciate the decor. Ooh, I wish we could go in there. In the little ball pit, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I ran him all that time twice, and we're still at 5 gens. So, excuse me. Yeah, it happens. I stabbed myself. Nobody wants to do the blood gens because the blood gens you have to go to the you have to go to the middle of the map on this map just to get to it. See how they're all clustered like right here? It basically forces you to go to one area of the map. So a good killer would patrol the central area. Oh no. It's blocking the freezer. That's why everything's moldy. Ooh. There's something in the fridge. I put that in there. Maybe that's why everything's all expired, because, you know, it's like the freezer's blocked off. Look who it is. The walls are moving again. Are we doing this again, Mr. Sir? You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Hello? Oh boy. Let's go to the arcade, shall we? Wait. Oh, 'cause they did the gin. Ooh. What you gonna do, Mr. Sir? Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir. Oh, get. Okay. He's so done. He's like, no. I can't. He punched it instead of breaking it. He's grumpy. Mr. Grumpy Grumperson. The grumpy Nimmy. Oh, look at all the toys. There he is. Okay. Notice how the car lights are on now. Yeah, basically I ran him 4 gens worth, but it took them a while to get on gens. And now, like, nobody's on gens. Oh, Philip, what are you doing? Come on, Philip. That's how you get rid of those. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, now I can do this gin with the pump that's close by instead of having to run away from it and try to do a gin elsewhere. Because the one that she's on is going to pop, and then this one's going to pop, and then the one Ada's doing is going to pop, so we'll be done. So we're basically making up for the gens that would have been done during the run that I did. Mm-hmm. Nimmy, where'd you go? Is he just waiting by gate? I think he is. The other gate's over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. I want to make sure they get out though. There we go. If she's not like on her, if she's not within sight right now, she's gonna die. Mm-hmm. You know what it reminds me of when it does that? When in the old cartoons, when they would like with their feet, and then they would go because they're standing still and like they're standing in place. She died. She probably didn't make it to the thing. Yeah. Well, what I mean is, like, I don't think he killed her. I think it's purely just like the little spood came up and killed her that way. I don't think it was because he killed her. Purely just because she didn't make it to gate in time. So, like, the little spood comes up from the ground and kills you. Yeah. But I'm gonna go. Um, it's only like 2 hours, a little bit more than 2 hours, so it's right around what I was expecting, because I do have to get up early, so I'm gonna go for now, and I hope that you feel better. Okay. No, and given your circumstance with what you told me earlier, like, I don't mind being some company for you for a little bit, if and when I can. I wish I could like stream a lot longer. If I didn't have to get up early, I would stream like all night, like usual. But I specifically have this thing to do in the morning, so yeah. Okay. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening as well. There will be more shenanigans to come. In love and light. Jeanette.